Hi, I'm Brian, AI and Data Solutions Engineer at Kaarvi. Operational teams don't just need reports. They need reports that stay updated when data changes. In this video, I'll show you how Kaarvi can analyze live pipeline risk data, schedule the analysis as an automated email report, and then update that report when new critical records are added to the source system. The goal is simple. Instead of manually checking dashboards or rerunning reports, users can let Kaarvi monitor the data and deliver updated insights automatically. Now, here we are in the Data Insights module on Kaarvi. For this demo, we're going to use a pipeline risk alert dataset with 20,000 records and 28 different columns. This dataset represents pipeline inspection data and integrity risk information. It includes pipeline segments, regions, operators, product type, material type, risk scores, corrosion depth, corrosion growth rate, anomaly counts, maintenance status, inspection dates, severity level, and potential annual revenue impact. In simple terms, this data helps teams understand which pipeline segments are safe, which ones need monitoring, and which ones are critical enough to require immediate attention. Now, before we move into Kaarvi, let's enable the Live Sync feature here, set to every 30 seconds. Enable Live Sync. There it is. Live Sync keeps the dataset connected to the source database. That means when new records are inserted into the database, Kaarvi can automatically detect the change and refresh the dataset. For this demo, Live Sync is configured to check the source using row count detection. So when we add new records later, Kaarvi will detect the updated row count and keep the dataset current. Now, let's go to Kaarvi. Here we are in Kaarvi. Kaarvi is Kaarvi's AI-powered natural language analytics assistant. Instead of writing SQL queries or building a dashboard manually, users can simply ask questions in plain English. Kaarvi analyzes the selected dataset, finds the right fields, performs the calculations, explains the result, and also generates supporting visuals and tables. Now, let's go ahead and select the dataset. Here it is. There we go. We've selected the dataset. Here, we've selected the pipeline risk dataset from the Smart Catalog. Once the dataset is selected, Kaarvi is ready to analyze all 20,000 pipeline records. Now, let's ask a business-critical question. We'll hide the preview and type the question. So, my question is, how many pipeline segments are currently classified as critical risk, and what is their potential revenue impact? Let's go ahead and ask. Here, Kaarvi is analyzing the dataset and identifying all the segments that are classified as critical risk. Let's wait for the output. There we go. We've got our output. Kaarvi has identified 2,507 pipeline segments classified as critical risk. It has also calculated the total potential annual revenue impact, which is approximately $62.77 billion. This is the strength of Kaarvi. It doesn't just return a number. It gives us an explanation, key metric cards, and a detailed results table. The key metrics show the critical segment count, total revenue impact, average revenue impact per segment, and also the maximum and minimum exposure values. The results table gives us the structured data behind the answer, which can be reviewed, or which can also be exported. Now, for verification, we can also see that the response is verified by Kaarvi's Agentic AI reviewer. This helps the user trust that the answer was generated from the dataset and calculated using the relevant fields. Now comes the new feature, Schedule. Instead of asking this question manually every time, we can schedule it. When we click on Schedule, Kaarvi opens a report configuration window here. The query is already captured automatically. The data scope is set to the single pipeline dataset, and we can choose whether the report should run on a recurring schedule at a fixed interval, one time, or at multiple intervals. For this demo, we'll use an interval schedule and set it to run every 3 minutes. We also select the time zone and the recipient email address here. And select the attachment as CSV. Now, once we click on Schedule Report, Hey Kaarvi will automatically rerun this same question at the selected interval and send the latest result by email. Now, let's go ahead and check the email. While we wait for the first scheduled run, here's what Kaarvi has registered behind the scenes. The natural language question, the 3-minute interval, the recipient, and the CSV attachment are all locked in. From here, every run re-executes the same question against the live dataset and emails the latest answer automatically. This is the email I've just received after the scheduled prompt we created was triggered to send us the alert every 3 minutes. The email contains the report name, the generation time, the question that was asked, an AI-generated summary, and a table with the results. Here, the email confirms the same numbers we saw in Hey Kaarvi, 2,507 critical pipeline segments, and approximately $62.77 billion in potential revenue exposure. This means stakeholders don't need to log into the platform just to check the latest risk status. The insight is delivered directly to their inbox. Now, let's simulate what happens when new inspection records arrive in the source system. We're going to add an additional 1,000 new pipeline records to the database. These records represent newly detected critical risk pipeline segments with high revenue exposure. This is the real test. We want to see whether Kaarvi can detect the new data and whether the scheduled report updates automatically. Let's go ahead and add these records. Now, let's open Data Insights. Here we are in Data Insights, opening the Pipeline Risk Alert dataset. Live sync. Let's wait for it to sync. There we go. After the new records are added, Live Sync detects the changes from the source database. The data is refreshed, and the row count increases from 20,000 to 21,000 records. This confirms that Kaarvi is now working with the latest available data. Now, let's go ahead and open the scheduled email. Now, let's see what this means for the scheduled report. Behind the scenes, Live Sync has already refreshed the dataset. The row count has jumped from 20,000 to 21,000. "1,000 newly detected critical risk segments are now part of the analysis. The next scheduled run picks them up automatically. No manual refresh, no rerun, no exports. The 3-minute interval comes around, and a new email lands in the inbox. This is the important moment. The report has automatically updated, without us rerunning the query manually. The critical segment count has increased from 2,507 to 3,507. The potential revenue impact has increased from $62.77 billion to approximately $112.77 billion. That is a major change, and Kaarvi captured it automatically through the scheduled report. This is where the value becomes clear. In real pipeline operations, new inspection findings can change the risk picture very quickly. Without automation, someone has to manually check the source data, rerun the analysis, export the results, and send updates. With Kaarvi, the process becomes automatic. Live Sync keeps the data fresh. Kaarvi analyzes the latest data. Schedule sends updated insights to the right people, and teams can react faster when critical risk increases. In this demo, we started with a pipeline risk dataset, enabled Live Sync, selected the data in Kaarvi, asked a natural language question, scheduled the report, received the first email, added new critical records, and then received an automatically updated email. This shows how Kaarvi moves beyond one-time analysis. It becomes a proactive intelligence system. Instead of users constantly checking data, Kaarvi continuously monitors, analyzes, and delivers insights when they matter the most. With Kaarvi, your data doesn't just sit in reports. It keeps watching, keeps updating, and keeps your teams informed. Thank you. Don't just manage your data. Master it. Learn more at Kaarvi.ai.